Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dan Muldoon, and I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you once again to the Nassau Coliseum here in New York City for the first installment of Revolt Pro Wrestling Extra. Tonight we'll take a look at this past Monday night's action, but up first we have action from our tag team division. Primo and Epico Colóns taking exception to the fact that they were not booked this past Monday night, claiming that the NWA committee could not find anybody with cojones big enough to face them. Arn Anderson taking exception to this belligerence from the Colóns has booked them into action here tonight against unknown competitors. Making their way to the ring at this time are the Colóns. Now these two are arrogant as they come, feeling that they should just be handed the tag team championships. Arn Anderson keeping his cards close to his chest, not revealing who the Colóns' opponents are tonight. Have to say the Colóns look very relaxed here coming to the ring. They look like they're having a good time. Can't be too worried about who they're about to face or who it could possibly be. Or are they just that confident in their abilities? We'll soon find out. Bit of a mixed reaction for the Colóns from the fans. Now who are they going to face? Oh my god, it's the Butcher and the Blade! The Colóns certainly have a tough battle here tonight. Arn Anderson showing his fury by booking them against one of the most brutal, unforgiving tag teams in all of wrestling. The Colóns must be worried now. Two intense figures. Of course, Andy Williams and Braxton Sutter. Both teams looking to make their mark here in the tag team division. The Colóns already claiming that they should be awarded the tag team titles. But nothing is given freely here in Revolt Pro Wrestling. Everything must be earned. And they will earn it here tonight if they defeat the Butcher and the Blade. Primo Colón, first one in for the Colóns, and his opposite number will be Andy Williams, the Butcher. Andy coming out the gate swinging now. Irish whips Primo into his corner. Primo trying to fight out. Big Hurricanrana takes the big Andy Williams over. Andy with the hip toss, arm drag, excuse me. Oh, an Epico. Not liking what Andy Williams is doing to Primo. Strikes him from the outside, and Andy Williams brings him in the hard way. The Butcher well up for the fight here tonight. Big clothesline to Primo. Drives Primo back to his feet. Primo once again finds himself in enemy territory. Tag in between the Butcher and the Blade. Primo off the ropes, big back body drop. You have to admit what the Colóns sent out in their tweet was quite arrogant, but it did get everyone to stand up and take notice. And they've got their match here tonight. They've got their chance to prove themselves. Butcher and the Blade looking to stop them. Oh, big leg drop. Guillotine leg drop. Launching himself over the top rope. And a kick straight to the spine. Tagging in Epico now. Braxton Sutter rolling out of the way. Epico throwing the Blade into his corner. Tag between the Colóns now. Colóns with a back body drop of their own and having a bit of fun with it. Primo dropping the leg across the throat of Braxton Sutter, the Blade. Whoa, big DDT. Blade retreating and once again tagging in the Butcher. Big night also for the Butcher and the Blade. The win over the Colóns will put their name on top of the mountain, and they'll also be in favour with Arn Anderson taking out the Colóns, as Arn Anderson did not take kindly to his talent speaking out so early on in the fledgling days of Revolt Pro Wrestling under the NWA banner, of course. Andy Williams just tossing Primo around the ring like a rag doll as he went for the chokeslam. Primo reversing it, grabbing a hold, choking the life out of Andy Williams. Doesn't matter what size you are, ladies and gentlemen, once that hold is applied correctly. Andy Williams managing to get to his feet though. Short elbows to the rib cage. Primo Colón. Primo finds himself in enemy territory once again, fighting his way out. Andy Williams has an answer for him. Attacking the left leg. Primo running to the outside trying to create some separation, and it looks like it has worked as he dumps the Butcher. Braxton Sutter trying to get a strike in. Misses, but he doesn't miss with that. Springboard moonsault. Takes Primo out and helps his partner. There's Primo back in. The Butcher now grandstanding. Happy with what they've achieved here so far, but he misses the hot tag. And Epico is in, the fresh man. The Butcher more than capable of dealing with it. He sends Epico to the corner. Another tag to his partner. The Butcher and the Blade. Big back body drop. Epico finds himself with no support as Primo is still down on the outside. The Blade hoists him high. Nice suplex. Blade going to the top rope. Epico already to his feet looking for that Frankensteiner. Oh, but the Blade just shrugs him off. From the top rope, missile drop kick. Oh, big roaring elbow. Don't let the Blade size fool you. He's deceptively strong. Oh my god, what a tag team maneuver. The Colóns are in big trouble here. Butcher and the Blade starting to heat up, starting to fire on all cylinders, and just as I said that, curse of the commentator. Epico getting the advantage. Grabbing that lock, trying to catch his breath. Butcher just too strong, big boot. He had to go straight back to his feet. I think that was more muscle memory than anything else. Andy Williams laying the strikes in. Epico in enemy territory once again. Trying to crawl away. Butcher has him by the throat now, looking for the choke slam, lifts him up and drives him all the way to hell. Another double team maneuver. Could it be? Could this be the Butcher's block? Yes, it is. That combined power bomb elbow drop, and Epico is in trouble here. That could be it. Primo in, break the count. Gets caught by the blade. Saito suplex. Primo rolls to the outside. Epico still down. 2 count this time. Good combination of strikes. The blade going for the pin again. 1, 2. Oh, he lets him out. Andy Williams telling him to finish him, whatever that means. Oh, and just drives him to the mat. Going for the pin now. Primo still down on the outside. 1, 2, 3. And the Butcher and the Blade win here tonight. Taking out Primo and Epico Colóns in great fashion. And making their mark on the tag team division. Primo and Epico must be embarrassed now, as we see the men with the biggest cojones in Revolt Pro Wrestling at the moment are the Butcher and the Blade. The Butcher and the Blade soaking it in here as they achieve victory on their first outing here on Revolt Wrestling Extra. And moving on next, we're going to take a look at all the action from Monday night. And our first bout ever in Revolt Pro Wrestling history was of course Veda Scott taking on Su Yung. Su Yung ended up making this one look nothing more than routine as she finished it off by driving the skull of Veda Scott into the middle turnbuckle and laughing about it. Su Yung now sits atop the women's division. I know it's early days yet, but quite an impressive win for Su Yung nonetheless. In our second bout of the evening, we saw the rookie Brian Pillman Jr. try to shake off that rookie label by taking on the veteran from Japan, Kenta. Kenta not willing to become a stepping stone for the young Pillman. Finished him off in devastating fashion with a go to sleep. Followed up by that brutal kick which reverberated around the Nassau Coliseum and put Pillman down for the tree. As we got into the meat of the card, we saw this dream match between Tom Lawler and Timothy Thatcher. Both men, some of the finest technical abilities in the industry, went back and forth for some time. Neither man getting any advantage. Timothy Thatcher almost catching Tom Lawler in a submission a couple of times, but Lawler's ring awareness was what proved to be the deciding factor, as he was always close to those ropes and able to dive, as we see here as Timothy Thatcher tried to lock in the Kimura, but Lawler diving for that bottom rope. Veit Muller also tried to get involved and help out his ring camp partner, and at one time or another it looked like that might have done the trick. Lawler displaying great athleticism, great agility. You see him once again aware of Thatcher's game plan, but sticking to his own game plan. As he told me earlier in the week, he had studied a lot of tape. He had scouted his opponent. He knew what Thatcher was going to come with, and he adapted his own fight game to combat such attacks from Thatcher. Thatcher grabbing the Fujiwara late in the match. We thought it was all over here, but for some reason releasing it, maybe thought he hadn't enough done, and then out of nowhere Tom Lawler hits him with that exploder, dropping him on the back of his skull and putting Thatcher down for the 3 count. Now Thatcher left the ringside area looking dejected, knowing he had let that one get away from him. And as the action rolled on, we came to our co-main event as the Callahan Death Machine looked to take out Swerve Shane Strickland. In the early goings, it was Swerve's speed and agility that was getting the better of Sami Callahan. And Callahan found what worked and kept Swerve grounded with those brutal strikes and devastating power maneuvers. Great T-bone suplex there. And for a moment it looked like Callahan had the better of Shane Strickland. As you see him here setting up for the pile driver. But once again, Strickland able to maneuver his way out of it. Callahan shifting his weight then, as both men traded pins back and forth. As this match wore on, each man got more and more devastating as they pulled these big moves out of their repertoire. Only for that mat at ringside, which is requested by the New York State Athletic Commission. Both men could have been seriously injured. And then to end the match, as we see there, Shane Swerve Strickland hitting that massive swerve stomp in the top row. And in our main event, the one we'd all been waiting for, everybody's hero, Chris Hero, took on the unbreakable one, Michael Elgin. Both men engaged in somewhat of a feeling out process in the early goings. Michael Elgin attacking the cardio of Chris Hero. Chris Hero able to fight back. And both men then getting involved in something of a test of strength. The referees separating both men on numerous occasions. Until this point here, when Michael Elgin had enough, he was no longer willing to tie up with his opposite number. and just washes the face of Chris Hero with that brace cover knee. Chris Hero quite obviously had a game plan coming into this match, as we saw him repeatedly attack the neck of Michael Elgin, both inside and outside the ring. Momentum continued to shift back and forth in this one, as neither man able to really get the advantage on their opponent. Both men displaying a devastating arsenal of power maneuvers. You see a big jackhammer here from Michael Elgin. And it took a combination of devastating maneuvers in the end to put down Chris Hero. So you see that clothesline turning Chris Hero inside out and allowing Elgin to set up for his patented spinning powerbomb. Just a stall there in the middle, just to emphasize the power. Elgin coming out on top. Now we take a look at next week. We see the debut of this man, the greatest man who ever lived. Austin Aries will be live, in person and in action. And the biggest debut yet in Revolt Pro Wrestling. We all eagerly await the arrival of Jon Moxley. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me here tonight, and once again, I've been Dan Muldoon, and this has been Revolt.